Okay, hi everyone. My name is Brittany Quinn. I am the benefit coordinator at Northeast Professional Planning Group. We are your broker for your health insurance, dental, vision insurance, and your HRA. We are the third party between Stratus and the insurance carriers, and we're here for you during this open enrollment time and throughout the year if you have any issues or things that need to be addressed with regards to the insurance. We're just going to do a short review of the benefits that will be taking effect on February 1st, and you'll renew again next year, January 31st, 2018. Again, plans that will be renewing are your medical, dental, vision, and HRA. Your benefits can be changed at open enrollment. This is the time for you to add or delete your dependents, to come off the plan if you have other coverage or are now eligible for other coverage. It's also the opportunity to switch from the basic plan to the plus plan on the medical, or add or delete any dependents. Outside of open enrollment, you will have to wait until you have a qualifying life event. A qualifying life event would be marriage, birth or adoption of a child, a death of a spouse, loss of coverage, divorce, moving out of a service area that doesn't offer you coverage, or if your child has lost coverage, it would be a qualifying event. Unless you have one of these qualifying events listed on your screen, you will not be able to make any changes to your. So without these events, you're locked in your coverage until next year at open enrollment.
Hi, Britt. I have a question here.
Okay, go ahead.
So, if there is a life event like marriage, can I drop off my existing plan? Can I join my spouse plan? Is that possible? To cancel my existing plan?
Yes. So if you are eligible for other coverage because you got married, you can apply for your new husband's insurance, and you'll be effective. So you'll terminate the Stratus coverage effective the day prior to your start on your new insurance.
Okay, that is possible, right?
Yes, that's allowed. You'll just need to let Human Resources know within 30 days of your marriage.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
And for any of the other qualifying events, you still have to go to Human Resources. We have 30 days to make the change, so you'll need to give them enough time to receive the forms, review them, and send them to NPPG to process. So you really need to get it to Human Resources within 30 days.
Okay, sure.
For 2017, the benefits are going to, your medical benefits are going to remain with Aetna. You will have a new basic plan. It is the exact same in-network benefit as your current basic plan. The only difference in 2017 is we are stripping out the out-of-network benefit. So you don't have any out-of-network benefits with this plan, which allows the medical premiums to be lower. The plus plan will be remaining the same for this year. No changes, deductibles, everything will be the same. Your networks will be the same. For both plans, the HRA reimbursements will also be remaining the same dollar amounts, and we'll touch on that later in the presentation.
Hey, Brittany?
Yes.
Hi, it's Brad. Just a quick question here. Because everything is remaining the same, are our ID cards and everything that we have now will also remain the same?
Yes. So your your identification numbers will remain the same. However, your ID cards, if you were on the basic plan, you'll get a new ID card because the out-of-network benefit is taken out. So it will indicate that on your new card that you just have an EPO plan. It will say the network name will change from Managed Choice to Elect Choice. But your ID number is the same. You can continue to use your coverage as normal. No incident.
Thank you.
Hey, Brady, this is Carlos. Hey, I guess I'm new to the plan, right? And can you explain, like, I guess these like what these like no out-of-network benefits, I guess, means?
Yes, I'll review, when we get to the medical portion, I'll review the 2 plan options in detail for you.
Okay.
For dental and vision, you will not have any changes there as far as the carrier or plan designs are concerned. The vision premiums are increasing slightly, not by much, and your vision plans will be remaining the same, and the costs will be remaining the same for the next year. Okay, so to review your medical plan offerings, the plan on the left here is your basic plan. Again, it has the same in-network level as last year. So the network of doctors that you're going to search for is the Elect Choice Open Access. That's on the top line here. Your benefits run on a calendar year, so your deductible will refresh every January 1st. Some of you, if you're using your plan right now and you're filing claims or picking up prescriptions, may have noticed that you're paying the full rate for your prescriptions from starting January 1st again. Your HRA reimbursements also start fresh on January 1st and coincide with your deductible. For the basic plan, all of your claims apply to deductible first. If you are an individual, your deductible is $2,500. If you're enrolled as a family, or a parent-child or husband-wife, you are at a $5,000 deductible. After your deductible has been met, you're responsible for 10% of the allowed amount of charges, and Aetna will pick up the other 90% of the allowed amount, up until you reach your maximum out-of-pocket for the year of $6,550. So $6,550 is the total amount of expenses that you are responsible for every calendar year for in-network services. If you meet that $6,550, Aetna will pay 100% of all of your medical costs for the remainder of the calendar year. That includes any co-pays, co-insurance, prescription fills, any type of in-network medical service is covered at 100% once you meet that $6,550.
Brittany,
Again,
I have a question. I'm sorry,
go
this is
ahead.
Carlos. So I guess we're talking about primary care and especially co-pays. It's 10% after deductible, right? What's the price, I guess, before we meet the deductible? Is it the full amount that the doctor is going to charge, or what's the Aetna negotiated rate?
We don't
Is
have
the difference between the basic and the plus?
So we don't have a normal, I don't have that negotiated rate on file. That's something that the providers keep with themselves and Aetna as part of their contract with, the provider with Aetna. When you go to the doctor's office, some doctors will ask you for a copay, like a primary care would ask for a $20 copay. Some don't. It's really up to the doctor's office. Generally, you're deductible first, so you shouldn't come out of pocket at the time of service. Your doctor's office will bill Aetna the contracted rate. Generally, an office visit is about $150. So your doctor will bill Aetna. Aetna will adjudicate the claim and send the explanation of benefits to the doctor's office with that contracted rate, that $150, for example. So you will receive the EOB that says you owe $150, and you will receive an EOB, you will receive a bill from your doctor's office for $150. Once you receive that information, you can file a claim against your health reimbursement account, which will directly deposit that $150 into your bank account, so that way you can pay your doctor.
I have a question. This is Steve. So I don't fully understand the deductible. So if you're paying 100% up for a calendar year of these 5 doctor visits up until 5,000?
Correct.
Okay, and then beyond that is when the Aetna coverage. So if I go to the doctor 5 times and it's like, I don't know, $600, $1,000, say, I pay that out if I haven't met the deductible, right? Up until 6550. I'm sorry, 5,000 for family, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Now, Stratus reimburses you at the bottom here. If you're enrolled as a single employee only, you will get $1,000 that Stratus reimburses.
Oh, right.
So technically, your deductible is $1,500, and then as a family, your deductible would be $3,000 because Stratus is giving you $2,000 to cover your deductible.
Right. Oh, I see. So, I'm sorry. So, what's 2,000 all over coverage fees? Is that like
if you're employee, spouse, employee, child, or employee.
Okay. I see. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, like I said, you file that claim against your HRA, and you can use that to pay your bill. Your HRA will just, once you hit your limit, they'll just decline the claim, and they'll tell you that you've exhausted your HRA account, and then you're responsible for the remaining deductible expenses till you reach your maximum out-of-pocket.
Okay, and that resets every year also, right?
Every January 1st.
Every January 1st. Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
And that applies to the debit cards, correct?
Correct. So you should use your debit card for prescription expenses only. If you're using your debit card at the doctor's office, eventually your card will be turned off because you need to submit that substantiation to show that, you know, the debit card doesn't send your claim information to OCA. Whereas if you go to a pharmacy, the pharmacy can send that information. It's called IIAS. It's just, it automatically verifies, yes, this is a valid medical claim, whereas when you swipe in a doctor's office, it doesn't always validate. So your debit card should be used for prescription expenses only.
Right, but when you go, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, so when you go for, say, the doctor, you have to put in your claim, and that would still come out of that basic HRA deductible reimbursement, right? It's just that you don't pay with the card. They'll just subtract it from whatever balance is on the card, right?
Correct.
Okay, I got it. Yep.
Okay. So for the basic plan, like I said, we stripped out the out-of-network benefit. Moving down, once you meet your deductible, you are in the copay phase for your prescription. So once deductible is met, you're at $15 for generics, $35 for preferred, and $60 for non-preferred. Now, we do encourage you, if you are on a maintenance medication, to go on to Aetna.com and register for mail order pharmacy. This saves you a copay, so you get a 90-day supply for the price of 60 days. So if you're taking something regularly, blood pressure medication, diabetes medications, we suggest that you go online and order it. It'll be delivered to your home every 90 days as scheduled, and you save yourself an extra copay. On the Plus plan, we
Brandon,
have...
just before we jump into the Plus plan, right? So the out-of-network part, I think, so I guess you mentioned, I guess it's been stripped out. So basically it means that we cannot visit like any out-of-network, I guess, some doctors?
If your provider doesn't accept Aetna, you will be responsible for the full cost. And that's unlimited, so you don't have a cap on the amount that you could pay every year for out-of-network services. You could see an out-of-network surgeon and get a bill for $40,000, and you're responsible for that for $40,000.
In the other case, if I had the Plus one, then I would be responsible for $9,000 if I had like a family plan.
Yeah. So if you had a $40,000 claim, you would pay the $9,000 deductible. You pay 30% of the difference up until $18,000, and you're capped for out-of-network services. The max you could pay is $18,000.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So we suggest for people that really use the out-of-network benefit does have a larger deductible, and you are responsible for more co-insurance. So we do suggest that unless you see yourself meeting that $3,000 deductible, it really may not be beneficial for you to pay the extra cost on the Plus plan. If you have one out-of-network provider that you see maybe once a year and you think he's only going to charge you $200, you know, you might as well take the basic plan, pay the doctor the $200 cash, and save yourself those payroll deductions of paying that extra money throughout the year to be enrolled in the Plus plan.
Mm-hmm.
We suggest, you know, if you're going to meet that $3,000, if you see maybe a psychologist or a regular specialist, you know, a few times a month, that's out of network, then that out-of-network benefit is really substantial and beneficial to you. Otherwise, if you don't see yourself meeting the $3,000 deductible, it may be more cost-effective for you to keep the basic plan and then pay the cost of services to see an out-of-network provider.
Perfect. Thank you.
So the Plus plan allows for out-of-network?
It does. When you see an out-of-network provider on the Plus plan, all of your out-of-network services apply to your $3,000 deductible. Once you meet the $3,000, then it's split 30-70, where you pay 30, Aetna picks up the 70, up until you meet your maximum out of pocket of $6,000 as an individual or $18,000 as a family. Does anyone have any other questions? Okay. I'd like to also just reiterate that the HRA reimbursements are for in-network services only. So if you do choose the Plus plan, your HRA will not reimburse you for out-of-network services. You are 100% responsible for those. On the Plus plan, you do have a lower in-network deductible. It's $1,650 for an individual or $3,300 for a family. Once you meet that, you are covered at 100% for most services. So if you meet your $1,650 individual deductible and you go to your primary care, you don't pay a copay. Same thing with your specialist. You're paying $0 after your deductible has been met. If you go for lab work, $0. Complex imaging, which is an MRI, CAT scan, PET scan, you are responsible for 20%. If you have an x-ray, it's $0 after deductible. And if you visit the emergency room, it's $100 copay.
Hey, Brittany, quick question. If I live in New Jersey, which I do, but I have a doctor for a member of my family that's in Florida who happens to be in network, that's covered?
Yes, you have, with either plan, you have national access to doctors. So as long as they are in network with either the Elect Choice Open Access or a Managed Choice Open Access, you have, you know, full regular in-network benefits that you would if you were seeing a doctor in New Jersey.
Okay, thank you.
So
I just have a quick question.
Okay.
I got to go. I'm sorry. I need to monopolize the time. Yeah, forms that, you know, so I'm an existing employee and I'm just going to renew the basic plan, right? And, you know, you get the forms and you got to sign and send back, right? You just have to check off on the basic side for the spouse and an employee, say, right? Just check that off.
So how about if you want to renew as is, if you want to renew as is, you just check the boxes that are applicable to you. So if you're enrolled as an employee and spouse now, you can check basic, employee and spouse, first name, last name, and sign.
Okay, yeah. So there's only one check right there, employee and spouse, on both the dental, vision, and the medical, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Does anyone have any other questions about the basic or plus plan? Okay, I'm going to move on. We do get some requests often from Heidi or Laura for ID cards, so I just wanted to throw this in here. Aetna does have a mobile application. You can scan the QR code at the bottom of the page or text to that number indicated, and you can download the mobile app, which will give you it will link to your Aetna account and your plan. So if you want to find a doctor, it will already have your network loaded in, so any doctor that comes up would be considered participating as long as your information is loaded in. You can check on your benefits, search claims, and also have a copy of your ID card handy. So you don't have your wallet on you, you know, who walks around without their cell phone these days? You'll always have your phone on you, and you'll always have an ID card.
And we have this in our presentation that was given to us?
Yes.
Okay.
We're just going over here on the dollars and cents slide about how important it is to utilize your in-network care just to save you the most amount of money. Also, with urgent care, if you're normally seeing going to an emergency room, as long as you know, you believe that it's not your arm hanging off and you need to go to the emergency room right away, and it's just, you know, a cold or after hours on your doctor, we suggest you visit an urgent care center to save you the most amount of money.
This
Okay,
PDF,
so
we can download this PDF from the email we got.
it's, Laura, did you include the PDF?
Yes.
It's included, right, on the email. Okay, all right. Thanks a lot, Laura. Thank you.
For the United Healthcare Dental, you're using the Options PPO 20 network. You can follow the link if you're downloading the PDF. This is you know, you could click this link, it's active, and it will bring you right to the website to look up a provider. Your benefits renew every calendar year as far as your deductibles and maximum benefits. If you're going to the the dentist's office for a regular cleaning, x-ray checkup, your services are covered at 100%, and that includes, you know, your every 6-month visit. So you're not paying a copay, you're going in, getting your teeth cleaned, getting your x-rays, and going no deductible for your preventive services. Once you start to get to basic and major services, you will pay an individual deductible of $50 first. So you don't pay at the time of service for your copay, but if you have any other services done, the claim will get sent to United Healthcare. They will apply it to your deductible and whatever cost share. So if you're getting a basic service, you'll be responsible for 20%, and United will pay 80%. So you'll get the bill for the 20% and the bill for $50. And that maximum benefit is $1,500 per year of services that you're allowed to, that United Healthcare will cover per person on your plan.
What's the $150 deductible versus the $50?
So it's $50 per if you're enrolled with, you know, 8 family members, your family deductible is $150. It's $50 per person up to $150.
Oh, I see. Okay. So with with a spouse and yourself would be 100, right? I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
So again, the maximum amount of benefits that you'll be able to receive from United is $1,500. Once you hit that $1,500, United Healthcare still receives your claims from your provider, but you will receive the explanation of benefits showing that United Healthcare is not paying any more claims, and you'll be responsible for the contracted rate. If you don't use all of your maximum benefit, United Healthcare gives you the benefit of rolling that unused amount over. If you have less than $750 a year in claims, $400 will roll over to the following year's maximum. So those maximums continue to build and build. So one year you may need $2,000 or $2,500 worth of services, and you may have that little fund set up already, set aside, because you have not been using your annual max year over year. If you use only in-network providers, you get an additional $100 a year. Out-of-network benefits are very similar to in-network benefits. You have the same $0 office visit copay, a $150 deductible, and your deductible is waived for preventive. Now, when you visit an out-of-network dentist, you are subject to the balance bill. If you see an in-network doctor, you are not. So anything that is not paid by the that's not paid by United Healthcare, when you go in-network, the provider will write off that balance. If you go out of network, whatever is not paid by the insurance company, you're responsible for the rest. So if the bill is $200 to United Healthcare and United Healthcare only pays $100, you're responsible for the remaining $100. Whereas in network, that $100 would be written off and you wouldn't owe that $100. So it's really beneficial to use an in-network provider where you can. Does anyone have any questions on the dental? Okay. For vision, same carrier, United Healthcare. You're using the United Healthcare Vision Network. You can, again, follow the link myuhcvision.com to look up an in-network provider. You're covered for an eye exam every 12 months. You'll pay a $10 copay. If you need frames or new glasses, it will be your $10 exam copay and a $25 hardware copay. Anytime you need frames, you are allowed a $130 allowance that would go towards the frames, and then anything over that $130, you receive a 30% off discount. You're eligible for your frame benefit, your $130 allowance every 24 months. And the same goes for your contacts. Your contact lenses will, you'll get a stipend of $105, and then anything over that you're responsible for. When you see an out-of-network provider, you only get a reimbursement. So you pay at the time of service. You'll have to file a claim yourself to United Healthcare, and the dollar amounts indicated here are what you would be reimbursed for. So if you pay $1,000 for frames, you're only going to get $45 back. So it's very important to utilize your in-network providers, again, for the best benefits and the deepest discount. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Just going to touch on the HRA. Again, these are the limits here in the middle of the page. Your basic plan will reimburse $1,000 for singles. Anyone enrolled with dependents, you will receive a $2,000 reimbursement. On the Plus plan, employees enrolled single will receive $700, and employees with dependents will receive $1,400. And this refreshes every calendar year. Now, our calendar year for 2016 just ended, so please be reminded that you need to file your 2016 claims by March 30th. You have a 90-day period after the calendar year ends to file any last-minute claims. Otherwise, you will not be able to be reimbursed for this. So please, if you have any 16 claims, please file them as soon as possible.
Hey, Brittany, I just thought of another question. I'm sorry. I'm very clear with choosing doctors and everything. In order to go somewhere for a blood test, where can I find out the authorized places I can go? Quest is that also? Go ahead.
Quest is your preferred lab vendor with Aetna on either plan. If your doctors pull your blood in office and send it out, just remind them to send to Quest. Most providers do know the in-network preferred lab. If they're drawing blood in office, they'll send it to the correct lab, but it's always good to just remind them, always Quest.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And if you have any life event changes throughout the year, if someone is not eligible for coverage right now and needs coverage later on in the year and you have a qualifying event, say you need to add your spouse, and you add them to the medical, just know that you will also be adding them to the HRA, so your HRA reimbursement amount will increase or decrease depending on how many dependents you have enrolled in your plan. So if you drop your dependent during the year, your HRA will no longer reflect that you're enrolled as an employee child or employee spouse. You'll be marked as an employee only. Vice versa, your employee spouse coverage, if you're employee only and you add the spouse throughout the year, your reimbursement limit will change because you are now adding a dependent, so you'll go to the higher reimbursement amount. To review, for claim reimbursement, we do have a claim reimbursement form that can be completed. You can log on to Aetna, the OCA website, My RSC website, and file a claim electronically, or you can download the My RSC app and file a claim right on your cell phone. You take a picture of your explanation of benefits and a picture of your bill, fill out your information, and file the claim right there from your cell phone. It's very convenient. Otherwise, you can file a paper claim and mail it, fax it, or file a claim with an email through claims@oca125.com. Does anyone have any questions about how to file? Okay, and we're going to review the costs. Depending on your time of service with Stratus, your premiums will be different, so please, if you're unsure, if you've been recently hired in 2016 and you're not sure which year you fall into, please see Human Resources to go over which tier you fall under. And please have all forms back by the 30th. Otherwise, you will be re-enrolled into the basic insurance plan and basic HRA and whichever dental and vision plan you're currently enrolled in.
And the on the premiums there, that's a monthly one, right? Is that what you display there?
Correct. That's your monthly deduction.
Okay. All right. Great.
On the back contact information, we've included some contact info for all of your carriers. If you have any questions, our Northeast Professional contact information is here on the bottom right. We're in the office 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. If you go to Human Resources and they can't answer your question, they will come to us or they will refer you to us. Of course, we ask that if you can handle it with member services, if you think that you're getting the correct answer through Aetna, United, or OCA, that's fine. If you need a second opinion or someone to double check you, please feel free to reach out to Human Resources or NPPG and we'll be happy to help.
I'm sorry, what's NPPG?
That's Northeast Professional Planning Group. That's the company that I work for. We're your broker. So we're
Okay.
like the in-between your insurance carriers and Stratus.
Okay. Okay, great.
So for next steps, as far as enrollments go, if you're currently enrolled in the plan and you want to renew as is, keep your basic plan, keep your plus plan, keep your enrollment tier. You're just going to complete the employee handout and sign, include your first and last name and sign. Same thing for dental and vision. Complete the handout how you wish to be enrolled and sign. If you are adding any dependents or you are making any changes, you'll need to complete the Aetna enrollment form, the OCA enrollment form, and the United form. If you're adding dependents, please be sure that you include their social security numbers and their dates of birth. That's the most important thing that we need is their demographic information. If you're taking them off or adding them to the plan, we really need the demographic, social, date of birth is very important. If you're waiving or terminating coverage, you can complete the handout. We'll check it against your current enrollment to see if you're terminating and terminate you automatically if you request. If you are waiving and you're have other coverage, please include that information. Just put, covered under my spouse, covered under my parents, individual coverage, just so that way Stratus can keep track of that for their own personal records and for our records as well.
I have a question. If a person becomes eligible for Medicare, what happens? What do you need to do here? I guess the Medicare would be primary, and then this coverage would be like a supplemental.
So you would have to coordinate the benefits with Medicare if you're going to keep both plans. If you do have Medicare coverage, you can complete the Aetna enrollment form, and there's a spot on there to put your Medicare plan information, your ID number and everything, and Medicare will coordinate the benefits. And it would work depending on how much the carrier paid, would coordinate with Medicare.
Okay, but I mean, I mean, how would that work? Would Medicare become your primary coverage and the carrier secondary?
I will double check. I believe Aetna is primary.
Okay. All right. I mean, when the time comes, I'll worry about it. Yeah. Okay.
I'll send the answer to Laura after our presentation.
Okay.
You can check with her.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
So here is the handout. This is all electronically fillable. You can check your plans here however you want to enroll, and type your last name and put a digital signature on here. You don't need to print it. You don't need to scan it. You can fill this right out here and send it right over to Laura, and we'll pull the information from here just for ease of use for you guys. If you're waiving, you have a spot here to type your waiver reason, and then you'll just need to select which which coverage tier and plan option you want. Basic, you can check here, plus you check on this side.
So all we need to do is on the form itself, just check it off, and so how does the signature work again?
If you're currently enrolled, you check, say you're enrolled as an employee on the basic plan, check basic, first and last name. When you click the signature box, you will get this pop-up that inserts your IP address and your email address.
And that basically signs it. That's fine.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Same thing for the dental and vision form. Check the box. If you're not enrolling, please check the waive box. Make sure you include your selections for both the vision on the left and dental on the right. If you don't indicate anything, you will be re-enrolled in the current plan that you're on. If you're not enrolled and you don't fill out anything, you will continue to not have coverage for the 2017 year. This is the Aetna enrollment form if you're making any changes to your plan. The most important thing that we need is your handout and your employee information here in Section A and your dependents information in Section C. Don't get too hung up on completing the health benefit portion or worrying about how to fill out the top portion. We know what's being done. We could compare your current against what your selections are for 2017 and go from there. And if you have any questions, you can always go to Human Resources and they can help you fill out the form. Same thing for OCA. Please include your information on the top. Any dependents that are going to be enrolled in your medical plan that need access to your HRA account need to be included on here. If you're enrolling with family members on your medical, make sure those same family members are included on your HRA enrollment form.
Now, this later stuff is just for new people, right, that are enrolling?
Correct, just for new people. Or if you add, if you're adding someone, you'll have to complete this. The debit card is for your prescriptions. That's your My Source debit card, My RSC card. So if you want that debit card for your prescriptions, you have to complete this form. Otherwise, you'll have to pay for your prescriptions at the time of fill and file a paper claim, which nobody wants to do. So just fill out this form, and you'll get a debit card in the mail.
Otherwise, we'll just use our current debit card if we're already enrolled.
Yes, you can continue to use your debit card. They expire on the date that's on the card. So even at the end of the year, if you run out of funds, keep that card because it'll automatically reload on January 1st. If you throw away your card or if you lose your card, you'll be charged $5 for a new one.
Okay.
And if you have a spouse on your plan, if you include their name on this debit card form, they'll get a debit card as well. That way you don't have to share. Direct deposit form isn't necessary. It's not a requirement, but if you want your reimbursements directly deposited to you and you don't want to wait for a paper check in the mail, please submit this. If you are already enrolled and you don't receive direct deposit, you can print this form and just send it in so that way next year you start with direct deposit. if any of your bank accounts change, feel free to fill out the form and send it over to Human Resources, and they'll update OCA. And this is your United Healthcare enrollment form for dental and vision combined. Again, most important part is your demographic information in the top and your dependents information here on the bottom. We'll base your enrollments off of what you complete on your handout, as that's the most clear way for you guys to fill out. It's the easiest way to fill out. So we really just use these forms to gather all of your demographic information. Please, please, please include Social Security numbers.
Hey, Brittany, quick question. If I'm not interested in the vision, I just want like the dental plan, I just waive it on the, I guess on the first form, correct?
Yes, you can waive it on the handout. Just check the waive box on the vision and enroll in the dental, or vice versa. You can take one and not the other.
Okay.
At the back of the booklet, we just have some additional plan information. We have your plus plan here. This is an exhaustive list of the benefits that are covered. So if you have some questions about services, feel free to search for services on here. If there's something that you're not finding, I can always contact Aetna and find out if it's a covered service, if it's not listed here, or if you have any further questions. These are here for you to review. I'm not going to go through each page. You do get some value adds with the Aetna coverage. We wanted to bring that to your attention this year. You get discounts on gym memberships, personal training, help with on-demand exercise, equipment savings. So this is all accessible to you on your Aetna.com when you log into Aetna.com. So please utilize this. Go on, see if there's anything that pertains to you and your lifestyle, and you may get a few discounts here and there for things that you normally pay 100% for. Again, this is just going over how to register for the Aetna website. You can go to www.aetna.com and select individuals and families and register there. This is the dental benefit summary. It goes into detail what's considered basic or major. If you're doing any services besides your regular cleanings, you may want to look to see where your services are falling. As far as extractions, oral surgery, that's covered at 80%. When you get into crowns and dentures, that's where you get a 50% benefit. So before you receive any services, it may be beneficial for you to review this. This flyer just goes over your maximum rollover benefit that I was discussing about. If you don't use your $1,500, it rolls over to the next year. This just explains this to you when it's refreshed, how it's calculated. If you have any questions, you can always contact me. I could contact United Healthcare for your balances, or you could contact member services yourself and find out where you're at in your accumulation. Your PPO dental plan. This is your welcome letter. It goes over what's covered, general questions, and important things that you should keep in mind when using the United Healthcare dental plan, using in-network providers, what to do if you're pregnant. Doctors do suggest that pregnant women get an extra cleaning, which is also covered under the plan if necessary. And the vision benefit summary here goes into, again, covered services and the details of the plan. We do have a full contract that's, hundreds of pages long. If you have any questions about what's covered or services, please contact Human Resources, Member Services, or NPPG, and we'll be happy to help you guys. again, just an overview of what's covered under your vision plan. Does anyone have any questions? No?
Brittany, the people who are waiving coverage, if they previously waived, do they still need to send the waiver again?
They should send the waiver just for Stratus's records to update every year, so they can just check the waive box, put their reason in here, sign, print, and send to you. But
Gotcha.
you should have copies of medical waivers and dental vision waivers for everybody. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, I thank everyone for their time today, and if you have any questions on the presentation, you can contact NPPG or Human Resources. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.